some good information to have. Thank you, Lily. And another story we're following is the trial of Joyce Garrard. She was convicted of killing her 9-year-old granddaughter, Savannah Hardin.
And now jurors will have to decide whether Garrard gets the death penalty or life in prison without parole. WIAT 42 News reporter Mike McClanahan has been following this trial since early March. He joins us live outside the Etowah County Courthouse. And Mike, new allegations of abuse and trauma are now emerging in the sentencing phase of this trial.
Indeed, they are, Sherry. And even though Garrard is the one who was convicted of capital murder for 9-year-old Savannah Hardin's death, these new allegations of trauma center around the life of the defendant. Now, defense attorneys put Joyce Garrard's husband, daughter, and some of her sisters on the stand to plead for her life. One sister wept as she told the court Garrard isn't mean and may not look emotional because she was conditioned not to show emotion as a child. Family members described Joyce's early childhood life as rough, with an alcoholic father and abusive grandmother who beat them so hard they would put on extra clothes to cushion the blows. Defense witnesses testified that Joyce Garrard was sexually abused as a child, lived in extreme poverty, and went to live with another family around age 15 simply because it was a more stable environment. Now, there wasn't much cross-examination today, but prosecutors did point out that if Garrard was with a stable family, she must have been exposed to right or wrong, and also added that many people who come from very humble beginnings never wind up in the criminal justice system.
And Mike, because this case did proceed as a death penalty case, that means the crime was already considered heinous enough under Alabama law for capital punishment. So having lost the trial, what's the defense strategy now?
Well, defense attorneys are not allowed to introduce any evidence or testimony that could play on any residual guilt in the mind of jurors, but they are allowed to try to persuade jurors that life may be a better alternative for Garrard by putting family members on the stand to show how much they love Garrard, and also by showing that she's never had any criminal history before this and suggesting that she won't be any trouble in the future. Now, coming up at 6 o'clock, we'll hear more from a defense expert witness on that subject and the subject of some incidents that happened here in the Etowah County Detention Center since Garrard's been incarcerated. For now, we're live in Gadsden. Mike McClanahan, WIAT 42 News, coverage you can count on.